Hey everybody, this is Chad Armijo with ChadArmijoCoaching.com. It is a beautiful morning. Finally got some sunshine. It's still cold. May have some more snow coming, but we need the moisture. So, otherwise we have those forest fires. I just wanted to talk quickly just about how we perceive this world, right? How we're conditioned to see this world. We're conditioned to see success. If you're living in northern North America, Canada, any of these developed countries, success is how much money and how much stuff you have, right? That's how we've been conditioned. Now I know many of us have been on this journey to find what true success is, and so if you're watching this is probably not your definition of success. But if you haven't heard that before, I want you to understand that all we see around us, the stuff that we have, that we accumulate, that we think is so necessary to our lives, to have this certain pair of shoes, to have this certain house or car or whatever it is, it's not real. None of it's real, and none of it is it's not real in the sense that we think it's real. What's real is the fact that we have allowed this, we have attracted this into our lives, that this and our mind here and here have created this life that we see. So if you see something that you don't like in this life, and if you see something that isn't what you would have created or brought in there, just understand that you did this, and it might not have been intentional, and there are ways to change it. So we always feel like, all right, this bad thing happened to me. That's just it. Everything's done. Life is over as I know it. But that's not the case, right? We have the ability to change. We have the ability to change everything in our lives. We have the ability to change everything in our lives. And some things may happen without our doing. Maybe they're other people's lives. We cannot control other people, but we can control all the things that we see around us. We can control all the things that we want, the things that we desire, the stuff that we have, the trips that we take, the relationships we attract. And I'm not saying that we're going to attract a certain person, but we'll attract the right person, or we'll continue to attract the wrong person, right? So it's all the energy we put out. We always hear that whatever you put out, you get back. And most people don't really understand it. It took me a long time to understand it. I thought I had to give away my stuff. I didn't want to give away my whatever PlayStation at the time or a computer at the time, and I don't want to give all that stuff away. But that's not what they mean. What it means is the energy, the thought process, how you think about the world. I used to think that I deserved certain positions at work because I had more knowledge, or I had great reviews that came back, but that's not the case. I didn't deserve anything because I wasn't working for those positions. I was just thinking I deserved them. If I would put my head down and say, look, this is what I want, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to do the rest of my life, yes, I probably would have got those positions. But that wasn't my purpose, and I didn't understand that at the time. I just understood that I went to school, I paid a lot for these degrees, and I should get rewarded for that. But that's not how the world works. That's not how the universe works. And so once I was able to set that aside and understand that all that I have around me, all that I surround myself with, is what's causing me to get more of what I surround myself with. And at the time, we were one of my greatest experiences was working in this restaurant. It was more like a working frat house, basically. We made the best of friends. There was probably 20% of the people that worked in that restaurant that got married, and they're still married today. And this was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. And so when we were through that time, we're young, we're trying to figure out how to grab the bull by the horns, so to speak, and to have the nice cars and the nice home and the nice whatever it was. And we were doing it all wrong because we were working, working, working. But you can only work so much, right? You can only put so many hours into a day. You only have so many hours in your life. And when it comes down to it, we can work less and have more if you decide that's the world you want to see. And most people want that. They just don't know how to get that. And so it's about tapping in. It's about turning off the outside noise. I grew up where there's always some kind of background noise. My dad always had the television on in the background. Or even when I was younger, I always had a radio on, or some kind of music, which isn't a bad thing. But sometimes when we have that silence, that's where we can really connect fully with this universe, to really understand that silence isn't silence. Silence is our ability to connect with this universe and to transmit that data, to receive that data. So that's where we sit in silence. That's where the meditation really comes in handy, where we can connect with this universe and say, these are my desires. This is the life I see for myself. This is the life I want. And as we progress and we learn more and more, and it takes a while, things don't happen overnight for most people. For many, many people, in fact. It took me a long, long time, and it's still taking me time. I'm still learning. And I think that that's the key to life. This world that we live in is a school, and we've all chosen to come down here to learn these lessons. Now, some of us, and myself included at times, thought these lessons were too harsh, too hard, but we chose to do this. And so once you start to get your head wrapped around that, your mind wrapped around that we chose to be here, we chose to come down and try out this planet Earth, to see how we would either succeed or fail. Like, this is your time to step up and say, okay, I'm going to succeed. And I'm not going to just succeed. I'm going to thrive. And I'm going to help others along the way. And I'm going to lift others up. And I'm going to really create this life of love, joy. And then what happens is all that abundance with the energy from everybody else surrounds you. And then all the stuff that you wanted, you might not want it so much anymore because you found something better and bigger. But that stuff's going to be coming to you in droves too. So all of a sudden that pair of really high priced shoes will be available to you, and that that home that overlooks the mountainside and these beautiful views and vistas, that'll be available to you. But it's not until we find that purpose and connect with that purpose, and to really understand that our purpose is intertwined with everybody else's purpose. So in order for us to get up, to expand, to be ourselves, we need to connect on a spiritual plane with others and help them rise up and connect and be their selves, right? And so this is where the synchronicities start to happen. This is where this law of attraction really kicks in, and this is where the law of abundance really shows itself, all right? And it's magical and it's amazing. And I just want you to understand that all that we see around us, it isn't real, because we've created this, right? We've created this. And so it isn't real. It can go away tomorrow. We can lose all our stuff. But as long as we hold that mentality, the mentality of abundance, love, joy, and helping others, then that stuff can come back at any time. And what you're going to find out is you're not going to really want that stuff like you wanted that stuff before, right? Sure, I would love to fly in a private jet and take my family on a vacation to, maybe the Maldives, where it's like this beautiful water and little bungalows, and these are goals, and I'm gonna get there one day, and it may not seem exactly like I see it, but I know it's gonna be worth it. So I just want you to know the stuff that you see around you, you may not like it right now, or maybe you love it right now, but it's not real either way. What is real is what we project, what we put out there to this world, and how we interpret this universe and this world, and how we help others in this world. That's what's real. And once you find that, then that abundance is constantly with you. It's never going to go away. And so no matter if you think, your stuff is getting taken away, or you're losing all your stuff, or your bank accounts are becoming empty, then just realize your mindset is not in the right spot again. So we need to get it back to where it was. You need to get back to that love, that abundance, that joy. And once you do that, everything comes back to you, right? And so don't ever let yourself be dependent on your stuff. I can recall my dad being he was the prepper, the doomsday prepper before even those guys were popular. But we would have this closet downstairs at the house, and it was full of like cereal, and toilet paper, and paper towels, and like more than most people need, soups and all these things. And he just always thought we're gonna run out. And so I had that mentality for the longest time that I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna be left without this or that. And it's just not the case, okay? It just takes time to reprogram that thought pattern, and to understand that this universe, this world, this universe is a loving universe, right? You can call it God, you can call it Allah, you can call it Yahweh, you can call it all these different beings, but it's this one source energy. It's the creator, however we want to see that, but it's a loving creator. And so what we have to do on this planet when we see all this negative stuff is to just know that this is all not real. It's all smoke and mirrors. And there's a creator, there's something bigger than us out there that's always watching over us, always hoping that we choose love over hate, hoping that we choose, love over all these negative messages, positivity over negativity. And really, those things too are just our perceptions, right? So just when you want to feel in that good and positive vibration, allow yourself to understand that what you see is not true. It's not real. The media by far is the fakest thing on TV, right? So I love you all. Just a little rant about not believing everything you see, and just how to keep yourself in that positive mindset, so all these good things start or continue flowing your way. All right, this is Chattermeo, ChattermeoCoaching.com. I love you all. I'll see you on the next one.